Welcome back, you Empire fanatics, to Season 6, Episode 7, Good Enough. And this episode was definitely good enough for us, okay? We're going to get into Mufasah versus Simba, Bad B Media, and Hakeem. Baby Hakeem, we got so much to come. You guys do not want to miss this episode.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yay!
Hey, everybody.
That's that song again.
Look who's back!
Look who's back! It always feels so good to be needed. It just feels so good to be wanted. You know what I mean? You guys make me feel more wanted than my family. I love it. I love it. My parents don't love it, but you love it. I appreciate it. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, you Empire fanatics. My name is Sayrie, and I'm here with my two lovely co-hosts. Tyra right here. You're looking at Tyra. She's always the bomb at everything lip gloss. Like, always the best lip gloss. She's always glossy.
That was on a limb.
Okay. Glossy and bossy, everyone. Tyra.
Bossy Media.
And also next to her, we have the queen of AfterBuzz. She's doing about 7 shows a day. So at any point you go through any part of AfterBuzz, you will see the lovely Haley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Haley Graves here. Excited to dive into this episode.
Yes, and a lot we have to dive into. We're going to talk about Mufasah versus Simba. We're going to get into the Bad B Media. We're going to talk a little bit about Hakeem. He's back. Which I'm very happy, excited about. And we're going to talk about a little bit of news and Oh No You Didn't segment.
Oh, no, you didn't.
And a little bit of predictions. So you guys, we got a lot to get on in there. So before we start though, I want to ask you guys, what did you think about this episode?
This episode, first of all, it confirmed everything that me and Haley were talking about last week. Just about the feud between Lucious. Lucious cannot just let someone be on top. He always has to be the center of attention. Andre's struggling with being a better person and fighting his demons. This episode confirmed that, and it just showed that everything's going to go downhill, and I'm stressed because I want Andre to overcome these demons. And then with Hakeem, he's back, and the whole thing with his kids. This is a stressful episode.
I can tell. It's okay, Tyra.
I get attached, emotionally attached. And this episode, I just wanted to cry.
I got you.
For me, I love this episode. Everything about this screamed like an OG Empire episode. Mm-hmm. I mean, the beginning of this season, we all kind of discussed that we were a little iffy on the direction that they were taking this season, but like this brought me right back. This whole episode, I was up, I was down, I was cruising. I loved this episode.
Oh, that's the first love from Haley.
Right.
That's the first love. I know. And we've
Loved
seen
it.
cars blow up. We've seen people get shot.
Yeah.
And that's the first
No,
we've seen
everything. This is the most like complete Empire episode to me.
Yeah.
They gave us everything.
Okay, all right. And I feel the same. I think it's getting better. I think the first 2 episodes was poof, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
Then it kind of dragged a little bit, third or fourth. But now this episode's definitely kicking up a notch.
Yep.
So let's get into our first topic, Hakeem versus Simba. That's for the Lion King fans. So basically Mufasah is Lucious Lyon and Simba is Andre.
Yeah.
And just like we've always seen, Andre, there's a battle of power between Andre and Lucious Lyon, and they're fighting for the Empire throne. So who do you guys think is the most suitable to wear the crown?
Andre. I mean, I've been saying
You didn't even think about that.
No,
You just went straight
I've been
straight
saying-
into it.
I mean, I've been saying this week after week that all this is Lucious's inability to be insignificant. And Cookie literally hits the nail on the head tonight, and she calls him out for it. She tells Andre, hey, it's not you, it's your father. Like, I think that Andre has put in the work. He has done more than enough.
Yes.
And I think that he has a great vision and he deserves the keys to the throne. He does. Like all these little phrases that Lucious keeps saying about his kingdom, yada, yada, yada. I'm sorry, bruh. Your kingdom was gone the minute you decided to get on that helicopter pad and fly off.
There you go. And kill people. Don't forget, he keeps killing people.
Exactly.
Yes.
I do think that Andre is more suitable and qualified. We know he's business savvy. He, studied this. He was not a creative, so he knows how to run a business. But Andre's downfall is his emotional, like he can't take the heat.
Yeah.
And that's what's gonna, continue to cause him to go downhill. Like he broke down, like right after that. And in the industry that they're in, it's cutthroat like that. Like what Lucious is doing, honestly, I feel like that's just normal in real life. And that doesn't mean it's good, but that's when it makes me question, is Andre suitable for it? Because he gets too emotional within it that his business savviness just goes left because he gets overwhelmed with his emotions. Whereas Lucious, he's not into, he's not really emotional, but he knows how to play the game. And that's why, it has excelled the way it has, downfalls and, coming up, but still. So I guess I'm in the middle. I feel like both of them can run the company, but at the same time, they both have their downfalls to where it's like, maybe y'all need somebody else to come in and y'all just be on the side giving input.
Yeah, I think there's a question now between what is most important to run the empire. Is it a musical ear or is it business savvy? And I think you're right. I think it's a mixture of both. But Andre is the best candidate as long as he on his little blue pills.
Exactly.
When he's on them little blue pills.
Okay,
that's when it goes.
Okay,
he starts seeing people.
I have some counter arguments for you too. Here because I think that Andre is starting to prove that while he thinks he doesn't have a music ear because that's what he's always been told, because he couldn't sing, because he couldn't rap, yada yada yada. That's what disqualified him from knowing what good music sounds like. Like, he's still a lion. He was still raised in this industry. He still knows what good music sounds like. He knows how to produce it, and he's proving that with Treasure, with Devon, with these artists. And so I don't think that's a qualification that should. Yes, does Lucious have more experience? Absolutely. But still, Andre just comes with more to the package. And especially tonight, I will say the other argument that I had is the fact that the biggest difference between Andre now versus when Andre was going really crazy is Andre has Terry. And the fact that Terry keeps him very, very grounded. And that's something that didn't. She noticed these things. She's a nurse. She can pick up on if he's having an episode. She can keep him in check unlike anyone else ever could and unlike anything Lucious ever had. Additionally, I just want to throw out there that literally Lucious threw a curveball at Andre tonight. And he told Cookie, he said, I want to see if he can land on his feet. And he did. He did. He absolutely did.
He was saved. He was saved.
Cookie helped. Cookie did help.
He was saved. And Terry is a nurse. She's nurturing. But we just saw in that last scene, she couldn't do it.
I was about to say that.
She was there.
To the ghost.
The ghost still came. So regardless.
How much? But the ghost, technically him seeing Kingsley, he hasn't done anything.
But the fact that he sees him, that's
exactly.
That's
the fact he can't, Andre just can't, he can't be alone.
Yo,
because
I just want Andre to be okay.
I know. I want you to too. But
she's pulling for you, Andre.
I'm pulling for Andre
it.
too. But Andre, personally, within, he has to overcome it. Yeah. Terry can't do it. Cookie can't push him. And if he can't do that without those two, then he's gonna continue to crumble. He has to find it within himself. Yeah. And I just need Andre to get it together.
So I think he has the tools around him to help him.
Yes. Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
But he also has, with the tools, he has the enemies and the negativity to fuel it.
And the whole dead bodies thing.
True. And right now,
he has some dead bodies on him too.
Wow, like he's killed some people.
So are they both equally fit for this at this point? I don't know.
Let's be real. Cookie's the one that's the most fit, but that just probably ain't gonna happen. So.
Yeah, and I feel like the only thing Lucious had on Andre was that he had that murderer mentality. But now that we see the body count with Andre, I'm like, this dude is just like his father,
and he does it effortlessly.
Yes, which brings me to the next question: do you think that rage is inherited? Do you feel as though Andre's just that whole lion thing he's trying to push in his boys, do you think they all inherited his anger and that whole could kill somebody without even blinking, whatever that is?
I don't think they've inherited it. I think it's just from life experiences. And I think that's what caused him to be how he is. Yeah. We know that they had a crazy rocky childhood. We know Lucious has been crazy forever. So I think he learned it. I don't think...
Would you murder someone though? Like, just because let's say you had a hard life, now you can go around killing people?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. But from where you come from, your upbringing, that influences a lot. And I feel like personally, because of that, that's how he took this left turn. I don't think you can necessarily inherit evil. It's taught. I hope not.
Again, like I wanna echo Tyra, because last week we saw like why Lucious was the way he was, and we talked in depth about that with his mom, like just her obvious crazy side, and then we discussed that this kind of has trickled on down to Andre. But I will say the other thing is, it's kind of like if you see someone doing something, like the whole saying like, oh, if your friend jumps off a bridge, you jump off a bridge. No, but when it's she's like, I will. But when it comes to your parent who's supposed to teach you what's right and wrong, Andre his whole life pretty much has either seen or known his father to murder people. So how is Andre supposed to? Yes, he should know that that's wrong. But at his core, he grew up around that. That's almost normal to him.
And he could break it, but it's just it's like generational curses and all of that. They're real to me. And it takes you to be that person within to be like, you know what, I'm gonna stop this right now. And Andre has not developed that skill. He's trying, but it's hard.
He's fighting his demons, attempting to at least.
Because in so many ways, he's trying to be like his dad. He said it in the speech. I mean, this is season 6, episode 7, and he's still saying that he's looking for his father's acceptance. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I recognize Andre saving the company time after time after time. Every time the thing had went to like disaster, it was Andre who fixed it. And he's still the one, just because he can't sing and dance, Andre. You know, you still don't get love. I don't know why. Just call me, Andre. 713, not Andre. But I feel like he is just really the token character for the black sheep. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that. And if you can't relate to that, put it in the comments. Or what do you think about that? Like, it's almost like at this point, he shouldn't even try to buy his dad's affection. You should just, it's self-love and move around on that one.
I was very angry about that whole thing that Lucious still pulled at the end. After, still again, your son takes what you're throwing at him, hits almost a home run. We'll say he hit about a triple. And then you still have to go out there and attempt to strike him out.
But this
exactly.
But I feel like this act was the one that broke him, because the little ghost came back. We saw Kinsley come back, and I feel like this was the last straw. And when he was on stage and he was just silent, I feel as though that was him as a little boy all over again.
It was, and that's why I was so emotional.
I know. I was just so mad that Lucious had the audacity to go out there and make that moment about him.
He did. Like, the whole time he was giving that speech, this is the first time I've, heard you for you. Whatever he said.
Like,
I'm
that's
like, that is a bunch of BS. Yes. It was not sincere. And even afterwards, when Cookie was like, it's a shame that it took you this long, I don't think Lucious still cares.
No.
He knew what he was doing. And like Andre said, once again, Dad had to come in and save the show, which it shouldn't have been like that. And then, Treasure.
Yeah.
Woo,
Treasure.
How you really feel, Tyra? How you really feel?
Treasure made me so mad. Like, first of all, the audacity of you. Andre has been there with you every step of the way, with you trying to rebrand yourself and not be Tiana 2.0, for you to just, at the quick of a dime, what am I trying to say? Flip on him. And then for her to still come out like Lucious' little puppet, like, okay, Treasure come out, and she's just like, sings her song.
The worst part was, like, Treasure, you literally came from one of the worst situations with a man being in control of your life, with who, yes, Lucious killed him, but still, like, I just felt everything, because you could tell she didn't want to, but she knew that Lucious had done so much for her that she kind of was indebted to him. But it was still just like, you overcame that to be your own person, and now you're just gonna fall right back into it.
He hit her as a loyalty thing. He didn't hit her on, I'm a man, you're a woman, do what I say. He hit her on the...
But he still guilt tripped her. He still guilt tripped her, because I don't think it really had to do with loyalty, because I think if it had to do with loyalty, she would have stuck by Andre's side, but because I think he just straight up guilt tripped her.
Well, Lucious, I would say Lucious done more for her than Andre. Andre's the new CEO, but I would argue that Lucious was the one who found her, groomed her, saved her, because remember, she was signed to someone else, and then brought her on to Empire. So I feel as though her biggest debt would lie with Lucious.
But I don't think that her loyalty is the same.
He did all of that. He did all of that, but she still didn't have her own voice. She still didn't have her own sound. Cool, you got me into the company, but Andre is actually developing her into her full potential. I don't think Lucious was doing that. So I just felt like that was a huge slap in the face to Andre, and for her to just have the audacity to come out, I was so upset. And if I was Andre, I would remove her from the label.
So we're talking about
No, but like, really, like, Lucious sees her as a voice, Andre sees her as a person.
True. And we're basically talking about Empire Raw. For you guys who just tuned in, we were talking about Empire Raw and the whole Andre's big idea to save the company again. This company keeps getting lost, more than Lost, the TV show. I mean, it always needs saving. Like, what is going on?
Oh my God, I just got what you said.
Empire Extreme.
Empire Extreme. So we didn't went Raw. But we didn't got Extreme.
Do you see how that correlated with what happened? Like, Empire Raw, and they went on stage and got raw about their feelings. Like, it just completely...
I don't know.
It all came together.
I don't know if everyone caught
it came together, and then Hakeem's song. I'm sure we'll get into Hakeem, but his song about the family, like, it They laid it out well. Good job, guys.
Good job, Empire.
We caught on.
Yes, good job, Empire. And the great thing about having Empire, the crazy thing about this Empire after show is there's tons more of after shows for you to tune in and watch.
Yes, we want to thank you so much for tuning in, not only tonight with us, because you are an extension of us. You are one of our co-hosts back there behind your own computer screen, but we're very glad that you join us. And we also just want to thank Maria and Kevin, because without you two, we would not be able to be here. Like Sarai said, I'm on. She hasn't been here. I'm like, Sarai said that I'm on 5 shows here. I absolutely love being here. And without you all, we couldn't do this. So make sure you are hitting subscribe to support us, as well as if you're listening on anywhere that you listen to podcasts, give us a thumbs up and a 5-star rating.
Yes, 5-star click. This 5-star chick.
I was like
5-star chick.
8. Yeah, I know. You forgot my name. It's okay.
It's fine.
You guys saw that live. It's okay.
It's been 2 weeks. You've been gone. No, I'm just like
2 whole weeks? Goodness, I'm that forgetful, huh? No.
But we make you feel more loved than your parents.
I know. And that's bad. And we're going to talk about this later. We're going to hug it out in therapy, like Cookie's going through therapy right now. But moving on, we're going to get into the bad B media. I don't know if I can say the word, so I'm just going to say B, but you can hear it in your head. I'll say the big word, but you know what I'm saying. So we're going to talk about Bossy Media. And Bossy Media, basically, there was a line shot out there that they should be called the bad B media. And in this episode, they're taking it woman power to the fullest. Mm-hmm. And Cookie comes in and actually tries to brand it, where there's all women, everything. I mean, just a pool of estrogen. Just everything's woman made, everything. And what do you guys think about that? Like, as far as the culture, having this episode where it's just pointing and highlighting female everything.
I loved it.
You loved it.
Same. I thought it was incredible. I thought from all of the details, from how they specifically chose to have multiple women of race in the show, multiple women of different sizes, and not just that, they're showing that women are capable to do all of this and on our own. Because how they mentioned, like, from every single person, not even just the women that were on stage with Tiana, but every single person working there was
Camera
a woman.
woman. Yes.
And I was like, that is amazing. I loved it.
They even dropped in the line about Terry. She's going back to work, even though she just had a baby.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can be pregnant or just have a kid and still go back to work. So I'm like, wow, they're making sense.
No, I love that part too. I love that.
Ladies, I agree. I'm here with you.
Well,
it was a beautiful thing. Right, we might be a little biased, but no. I mean, where we're going in society in general, like, women are on the rise, and to see that, Empire does well with implementing all of those little nuggets into the show. So it was a beautiful thing to see that. Saw the girl behind the camera. It was it was good.
Now, do you think that broke B media will last?
Yes.
You think so?
Now that Cookie is on board, yes.
Okay, because they were struggling in the beginning of the episode.
But how on board is Cookie going to be? Y'all know I want to be right, because last week I did predict that Cookie was going to go to Boss Media, but she kind of used it to her own advantage. Yes, she curated this whole idea and she kind of baked it in the oven and it was this beautiful product, but then we see her 2 producers there from T-Talk, and so all of this really was kind of to instigate them to give her what she wanted on T-Talk. So it kind of makes me wonder, like, how genuine Cookie was with all of this.
How genuine or how long this is going to last.
Yeah, like, I think this was kind of a one and done thing, to be honest.
Because we see how Giselle and Becky, they are already fighting for power. So for Cookie to come in and she is that boss bee and she likes to be in control, I was thinking that too. I'm like, this is cute for this episode, but I just see it going left. Like,
she should start her own or something, right?
She said she was going to do.
Like she said, literally she just wants to get back into music and help people create songs like the WAP.
Yeah, because we see her on T-Talk. Is that
I forgot that did.
I don't know. I have no idea what they're doing. I liked it though. Because we did sit on Bad Boss Media. I cannot mess with all the names up. We did sit on T-Talk. That they were pretty much picking jabs at her again. Did you guys think she was going to go off at this point?
I did. Yeah. I was proud of her though, because how she says, like, therapy works, y'all, and that's like another thing that I'm really enjoying the writers just reminding us that, like, it's okay to go to therapy no matter what you're going through in life. You don't have to just go to therapy when, like, I feel like there's just this impression that you only go to therapy if something's wrong with you or if you have, like, severe things going on in your life. Like, sometimes it's just a platform to talk out what you're dealing with internally, and that's what Cookie's doing, and we're seeing it work in her favor. I was so proud of her because that was some I want to curse right now, but some messed up ish.
Yes.
Like,
and they take
they
her
go
there.
too far.
They
go too
take
far.
her there, and they don't do it within each other. That's why I'm trying to figure out why she's still on the show.
Like, it's literally the two of them against her.
It's not at this point. It's not sharing tea. No. We're just attacking someone who has the most tea and drama between all of us.
And the producers even say that that's why they did it. They said they want the show to be, say something crazy to Cookie. Cookie go off. Ratings. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and she didn't give it to him this time. The line was, upstate is the new Botox. So they were talking about black dog crack, but they were saying how, I guess, being in prison helped her skin. I don't know how that's possible.
So shady.
Yeah.
Sick of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a proven study. Please don't get locked up trying to get your skin straight. Please don't. There's other ways, people. Don't go to jail to get rid of crow's feet. But yeah, I mean, Cookie is definitely growing up, and I know when we saw the therapist, you looked at me, was kind of like, no, she's not going to fall for the therapist.
No.
But,
here we go.
So I'm let it rest.
Oh, I was like, welcome to Sarai's TED Talk. She's back, everybody.
No, I'm just joking. But but I love seeing the therapist in there, and she's kind of not necessarily a maternal figure, but she is the one that's kind of separating her from Lucious. Yeah. She's kind of showing that her main problem since beginning and that adolescence ties Lucious to her father. Yeah. Now, do you guys agree that somehow giving up on Lucious is what she said is the same as her giving up on her dad, who died because she wasn't there, because she left him for Lucious?
I think that she's working through that.
Working through it?
Yeah. So
do you think Lucious is her problem for everything?
Yeah,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I think everything is rooted back to Lucious. I think and I don't even necessarily think it's like Lucious himself, like has he instigated a lot of the problems that Cookie has? Yeah, but I think it's more about the fact that Cookie has never been her own person. Yeah. That she's always tied herself to him, or like tied herself to what happened with her father, and just kind of put Band-Aids over a lot of the holes that she had, and now she's ripping those Band-Aids off and she's actually healing.
Yeah, I agree. I lost my train of thought. I was too, deep into what Haley was saying.
Haley has that kind of voice, you just kind of like, just take a nice
like
soothing nap.
Take over, girl.
Just talk, Haley. Read the newspaper. Let's just listen to you talk for a second.
But yes, I do think Lucious has, played a major influence on her life and her decision making, because literally when he came into her life as a teenager, that's when things completely went left.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that she is in this therapy and they're trying to, separate the two. And I feel like how the therapist pointed out, like, you notice you haven't talked about Lucious. You're sleeping well. Your passion is towards, other things instead of just Empire. So I'm here for this new, found Cookie, and I hope she can maintain it.
Yeah. Okay, so no, this is wait a minute now. Now this is the big moment. Do you think it's Lucious or do you think it's music? Because she's also stepped away from music. So is that the reason why she's calmer?
So like again, just touching on last week's episode, her and her sisters, they kind of realized that her true love is actually music. And so I think that we're just...
So is it music?
Yes. So I think that I think she tied the two together, so she put Lucious and music in the same kind of category as both being the problem. And I think that going to see her therapist, she's learning to move the two apart and remember that music was always her love. That the line just got blurred when Lucious came into the picture.
Right. Yeah. I don't think music is the problem. Yeah. I think the people that have been involved in her music passion is what made it kind of like a problem. But now that she's separating those people and going back to why she loved it, it's becoming her joy again. Yeah,
because I feel like they did a good job of showing us that when she was in studio with Hakeem, and she was like helping him. Baby. Yeah, she was like helping him with this song, and you could fully tell that she was in her element. And Cookie's way too talented at this to just let it go because Lucious drugged down music for her. Gotcha. I think she needs to rediscover her love for music because this truly is what she loves and what she's talented at doing. And we saw a glimpse of that tonight with Hakeem, because that song was fire.
Yes. So speaking of music, welcome back, Hakeem, which is our next topic anyways.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Listen, I don't know if you guys feel like this, but I feel like season 6 has been missing the music.
Oh,
we had Tiana. No offense, Tiana, who's aka fake Rihanna in real life, right? That's who her character is, right?
Yeah.
No comment.
Okay. But they're modeling these characters after some people. Yeah. Terrence Howard could be arguably a Jay-Z Diddy. Jay-Z Diddy.
And I'm not saying that.
Cookie, we don't know. Cookie is one of Diddy's side pieces. I don't know who Cookie is in real life. But these characters are based on some people, right? And I feel like Hakeem is maybe a Chris Brown.
I can see more.
Y'all gotta help me out in the comments, because none of these people agree with me.
Devon like Usher?
Devon is like Sure. Or Mario. He could be himself.
He could be himself. That's very good. Be himself. He could be
Devon
himself.
plays Mario.
Oh my God.
We want a Mario character. Let's get Mario in here.
Anyone have any ideas who could play Mario?
Yeah, who could play Mario? Devon, So, but anyways, that's I think that Tiana is more of a Rihanna. Rihanna. Riri.
Yeah, and I feel like she talks about that too. Like, I think on the show she mentioned, like, people already say I'm a fake Rihanna or something like that. Does. I think she said it before, so I don't know. I mean, they do favor tremendously.
I think so.
And I think Hakeem is whatever. I think he's like Chris Brown, but maybe not Chris Brown. But my point is,
he's like a little Bow Wow. No, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
No. Don't say that about it. Hakeem got talent.
We're aging ourselves.
Oh wait, pause. Bow Wow has talent. He's the OG.
Okay,
We're not gonna get into that debate on this show.
I'm so sorry.
Bow Wow's the GOAT.
That I shouldn't insinuate that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say it again. But basically, Hakeem is back, and we're super excited to see him because I feel as though just that essence that we fell in love with Empire was Hakeem. All his gestures, and he just be, hey,
get us the right.
Every rapper at home is right now doing all this extra stuff because they're trying to make it seem like Hakeem. But that's not realistic, people. That's not realistic. You don't rap like this and move away from the mic and still have the same audio. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this pre-recorded and he's just dancing. He's acting. Okay. So, but we missed him and he's back, and I can definitely feel the difference. Can you guys feel?
Yes.
I think that's what made this episode, like I said, it made it feel whole and complete and like a true Empire episode because we had Hakeem's presence.
Yeah, and Hakeem is a hothead, and I just see so much growth in him.
Theme and Lion Men.
It's inherited. I think.
Oh my God. No.
Generational
I saw so much growth. Like, even how he handled that situation when the kid was just like going crazy because he, was not used to him. If in any other time, Hakeem would have been like, "Why you cut this man with my child?" Blah blah blah. Like, I was so shocked when he was just like, "Come on, man," and
he just walked down. The kid was screaming. He was like, "Come on," and I was just thinking, "Don't drop this kid, please."
It was like needed though. When Hakeem was back, I was just like, "Yes, Empire." Like,
it felt normal again.
It felt normal. Yeah. I'm like, I get it. He was on tour doing his thing, but we're not on tour preparing for that movie.
Mature Hakeem too, because I was expecting Hakeem to pop off and just kind of be like, "Man, I'll come get them later."
Yes.
Like,
he was always for his kids, though.
That's
Since the
true.
beginning,
he's always been a good dad to his kids.
Yeah.
And like Cookie pointed out, that's more of a daddy than you are. Talking to Lucious. That was so funny.
Yes, Hakeem Jr.
But yeah, I love to see it. I was so happy that, he is becoming, a man.
Yeah.
Now, what do you guys think about how he told Andre that he should send Devon to tour, basically avoiding facing his issues? He was like, send him on tour because he's now playing a backseat to being a father. I guess he's playing the stepdad role. Do you feel as though Hakeem should get custody of the kids, or how do you guys feel about that?
I don't think so.
Is he that mature, should I say?
I think it's not like the kids aren't being loved, and it's not like Tiana is not doing her job as a mother. It's just unfortunate that he's been away and the kids have developed this bond, and they're really young. Kids, that's what they do. Yeah. I think that was just a moment of Hakeem just being emotional, and it just slaps him in the face, and I think he will overcome it. Literally. I think he'll overcome it through time and just, understanding and, understanding that that's his career. If he has to be on the road, that's what's going to happen. But he has to work even harder to, have a relationship with his kids. Yeah. So I don't think he should fight for custody. I think he knows the cards he's dealt, and he has to figure out how to pursue his passion and be a good father.
Yeah, I would echo that. And I also think a little piece of it, because I can't lie to y'all, there's a piece of me that always has wanted Hakeem and Tiana to be together. Boo. And so I definitely think that a lot of this also stems just from that fact. And the fact that he's seeing the woman he loved finally happy with another man, and it's not him. And then also just the kids kind of adds onto that. I think that's kind of where it came from, and then we really saw that projected in his song. And
did you like? I was going to ask that. Did you like the song?
I thought it was a sweet gesture. I thought
it was a sweet gesture, but wasn't it kind of shady too at the same time? Like, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't listening well. But, I mean, he was talking about, like, the kids and stuff. And then he was saying, like, how his mom has got it. Like, I don't want the kids to grow up and be like, you moved on from daddy and we forgot about our dad. Like, I don't know. That's kind of what I took from the song. But I agree. Him coming in and seeing, like, you know, that it's a 2-parent home. And I think it also hit home for him because his parents have always been separated. Yeah. So to just see that his kids are getting that loving, you know, environment without him, it was probably like, you know, dang.
And I think he probably, I think the other thing that was probably hard was him knowing that Devon is a good dude. Mm-hmm. And him probably actually realizing, like, dang, like, if there's a guy that could be here as a father role for my kids, like, I would be okay with it being Devon, but he still doesn't want that situation to take place. I think that was kind of the vibes I got, because, like, in the song, he says, like, you're out having fun with your mans while I'm, like, being a dad through FaceTime.
Yeah, that's what I meant. When I was like, that was kind of shady to me.
To me, I think it was more just him speaking his truth, which is, like, again, going back, like you said, to the raw thing.
Well, the kids need to listen to that when they get older.
Yeah, FaceTime is only because he chose to be an actor in the movie, and that put him away from his kids. Yeah. Now, when he's back in town, I'm sure he can see them more regularly. He can have them more regularly or whatever. But he chose to be a FaceTime dad. Yeah. Side note, don't start that on Twitter. Like, start tweeting out your exes. He's a FaceTime dad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
God.
He's never here for me and my kids. Hashtag Hakeem. Like, let's not start that way. But I you know, the song in itself, I don't know. I just don't think it was. It wasn't that good.
See, I liked the whole production of it, like with the video,
with the visuals.
It was so like, oh my God. Look at them in the kitchen, Christmas tree, like. But again, it just went along with the theme. Empire Raw.
Yeah, it did.
Empire Raw. There it is.
Tyra's got us on check with that
one. And this episode was definitely raw. And I would love to point out, well, in our news section, a little bit more about this episode behind the scenes. So next we have news.
Yeah, so with our biggest piece of news is probably the best part about this episode was that it was directed by Gabby Sidibe, who is Becky on the show. So she took to Twitter saying she was so excited for this episode because she's checked several boxes in not only being on camera and being an African woman and she's laughing at herself. And being an African woman, that she's already broken down all these barriers, but now she's also a director of this show. And this episode was awesome. We noticed several things that were very Becky. I think the fact that it was the whole Bossy Media thing, she nailed that. To even for me, the final scene where we see Andre and Cookie looking on, and just the emotion of that scene was very, very well done. And yeah, like we said, going back to Tiana's performance, it was all about her roots. It was the Senegal colors we noticed.
Green, yellow, and red.
Yep, we noticed that, and just overall, an amazing, amazing job. We could tell your touch and your flavor every step of the way. And not just that, you did a beautiful job acting in this episode as well.
As always.
It was honestly one of my favorite parts, the comic relief of when she was yelling in the
mic. Oh my God. I was like, okay.
Yes. It was the most Becky touches, but it was very well done. Good job, Gabby.
Yeah.
Okay, can I say one?
Go ahead. Why are you laughing?
I'm looking at the screen, and who is this E. Starkey? I just literally saw the comment say, I'm so tired of Cookie yelling and screaming, and I just thought that was so funny.
You literally crying. You can't see her eyes. Her eyes are watered
because
up.
Cookie, you know, she can be loud. It was also just random because I'm like listening to the news, and then I just see that line, and I'm like, sorry guys. Sorry.
Well, you made her chuckle. What is it? E-Star?
E. Starkey.
E. Starkey. Yeah. Thanks for the commentary. Yeah. That was, you cracked Tara up in the middle of Haley's speech.
She literally got a kick out of it.
Sorry. But yeah, I want to piggyback a little bit on what you said about the themes. I thought that was great that they chose her and let her put her own heritage in it. You know, they had the froze and they did a lot of the African dancing. Yeah. I was like, this is dope. And also, I don't know if you guys, this is for the real fans out there. Did you notice that one of her garbs, or one of her dresses, garbs?
I don't know.
Is it 1950s?
I think you made that word up.
Okay, well, garments, garbs, okay. Yeah. But she has a strip around her waist that is actually African print. And in the audience, different people were wearing African wear. Yeah. I was like, yes.
That's beautiful. I feel like Senegal, when you're directing, like, for her to be able to go super in depth like that, that was very details. Yeah, it was very unique. Because you hear like, oh, I directed this episode, blah, blah, blah. But she like directed and added her flavor. That was cool.
Great job, Gabby. Gabbery. Also, we're going to move into our Oh No You Didn't.
Oh no, he didn't.
Oh no, he didn't.
So for you guys who first time tuning in for this, the Oh No You Didn't moment is the moment in the show where it was like, oh my God, I cannot believe they did that. It's the mic drop moment of the show. So I'm going to let you guys start out first. What was your Oh No You Didn't moment?
Ooh, mine has to go back down to Crazy White Tracy when they're at the dinner and she just starts talking about all these ideas with Lucious, and it was that last look when she says something along the lines of, isn't it funny how the people you thought you left in your past keep coming back and proving you need them or something? And it was just like, oh, that was creepy. And then she gives him this like smile,
and then also like you need me kind of vibe.
Yes.
Like, girl.
Yes, like she really, I think that Tracy would be happy just honestly getting in bed with Lucious and
rocking
just,
his world.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Basically, like I don't even think that
she
she like necessarily wants the money. I just mostly think she wants that vision of being Lucious's
and wants to be like the queen of the empire.
Yeah.
Wow. Mine is just gonna have to go.
Wow.
She hit you with that deep intellectual comment.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Mine is just, I'm gonna have to just go with Lucious and the whole, you know, he messed up Empire Raw. He just messed it up. Lucious. I'm fed up with Lucious. I've said that multiple times. Let Andre be great and go retire.
But this is his baby. He started Empire, but wasn't for Lucious, there wouldn't be an Empire
of it though.
Okay. No, he's afraid of being irrelevant. That's what.
Yeah. Like, how dare you come on this stage and take over?
Do you guys notice that Lucious's voice has changed? Now that's for the fans. That's for the real fans. Have you guys noticed?
Okay.
His voice has turned to a solemn, very slow-paced whisper.
Well, it's because
almost.
you
guys noticed that?
I feel like they're really trying to hammer home that he is the evil villain of the
He's a psycho.
show. Yeah, that's what I feel like, and especially because I did notice that not in his voice, but in going back to how we were talking about the way the show is directed, that when he brought, again, I kind of was like giggling to myself because when Treasure like runs across the street and like gets in the car all mysterious and he's like sitting there in all black, doesn't turn around and look at them, looks in the mirror, like literally like it was literally like that most basic like bad guy scene, you know, when you're talking to the people in the back of your car. Like, it was very weird.
Dang,
but
basic.
It is.
Anyways, that's for the real fans. I noticed his voice is changing.
Yes.
That's acting right there, Terrence. You can't quit because your voices is changing from seasons. Your character's changing. You went from Dwight to Lucious to all those different type of people. So you got a lot of people in that head, Terrence. You got a lot of people in that head, and we love seeing all of them on.
Andre gets from him.
Right.
He might be a little as well, but
I wouldn't be surprised if that's revealed next.
Right.
Sure. Speaking of what's next, we're gonna get into the predictions. What do you guys think is coming next to Empire?
Oh lordy.
I still think that Andre and Kingsley together. Well, I know they said that they weren't gonna kill Lucious.
I can't with you. It's one person. Don't play into it, Haley. Don't play. It's one person. Haley.
No,
don't play
it's
into
not.
that.
They're going
do
to
that.
all get together and collectively figure out a way to get rid of Lucious. It's going to be a collective
Him and all the people in
effort.
it. Let's make sure we're on the real station. Him and all the people in his head, not a physical other person.
No, I think it will be a physical other people. I think
Other
he's
people.
going to find a group of people.
A tribe.
Yes. It's going to be like one of those things because, again, all those nuggets that they dropped for us at the beginning of the season, they weren't dropped there for no reason. They're going to all come back out of the woodworks, and then it's going to be like, oh, all of Lucious's literally skeletons are going to come out of the closet.
Yeah.
But that's more witnesses, so like more people can possibly turn them in, though.
No,
I think the best way to kill is if it's just you. No, just
Have you seen How to Get Away with Murder?
True.
They've like murdered like 3 people, and there's like 7 of them involved.
But if it was just one person, it'd only be one episode, one season.
That's true.
But the fact that it's all of them,
oh yeah,
you know.
they're all gonna come back, and they're all gonna be seeking Lucious's blood.
Yes.
Revenge.
Well, you're the
tour.
medium, so I can't argue.
The
with you.
revenge tour.
The revenge tour. I guess I'm going to kind of piggyback on yours, but I think Andre is going to this has made him crack. And I think he is going to go down that loophole all over again, and then that's going to lead to your prediction of them creating a tribe to kill. Lucious.
Tribe.
Yeah.
And then, okay, what's the guy from his past, Philly Street?
Yes, Philly Street.
Yeah, I like with that whole thing, like what's her name? Brought him back up again this episode. I think something is getting ready to unravel with that, and he's gonna find out that Lucious was the one who robbed him, and all of that. Like,
Lucious, another person join the tribe.
So our predictions are, together at this point.
And I got one better. And then Andre's gonna tell Tracy of all people that she's seen Kingsley, and then that's when she's gonna go, my son is in there.
Oh my God.
Yep, it's coming full circle, people. We got this.
The thoughts and views here on AfterBuzz. It's not the views of however it go of AfterBuzz. It's the views of Haley. I feel as though I totally lost my train of thought.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. I think here we go. Moment. I think that because of all the rage and because everyone wants to kill him, everyone wants his blood. I think that Lucious is going to kill himself. He's going to fake his death. Thank you guys.
Okay. Fake the death.
No, that was good. That was good. You know what?
And run off.
That was good.
And run off with Yana. Yana and Lucius are going to do it together.
Yes, literally do it. Come on, do it. Okay.
Giannis is the girl's hand with the gun.
There it is. You're right here first.
Y'all don't even have to finish watching Empire because we just summed it up.
See you guys later. Enjoy next now. But thank you guys so much for tuning in for our crazy predictions and our storylines. Tell them where they can find you guys.
Hey guys, you can find me on all social media platforms at _Tyra Prude. You can also catch me on The Oval, Tyler Perry's new show, After Show. Yay. And I'm also on Hulu's new show, Dollface. Not on the show, on the After Show. So, check me out, guys.
You're catching up to Haley there.
I'm getting
10 more.
Okay, all right. Well, you can find me on Twitter, Haley1 Graves2, and on Instagram at Haley Graves with 2 S's. That's HALEYGRAVESS. As well as you can find me back here in about an hour. I will be covering This Is Us, and I will be here again on Thursday night doing Grey's Anatomy and Legacies, as well as check out my new segment called Social Media Blitz.
Ooh, yes. We got to give Haley a 10-minute slot to yell out her AfterBuzz credits. You could go to the restroom.
Surprise, not that I forgot her name. She's not I forgot her name.
It's war. And I'm Funny Sayrie on Instagram, FUNNYSAYRIE, as well as Twitter, but don't worry about Twitter too much. Instagram is where it's popping. Also on Facebook, it's Sayrie Comedian. And just stay tuned. A lot of great things are coming up. So until next week, guys, we can't wait to see you back next week. Season 6, episode 8 coming up to you.
8.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.